Alright everybody, Baron here. So we are going to be checking out some even more epicness coming from Landfall Games and Totally Accurate Battle Simulator for the Stone Age faction. Look at this. This is a wall of woolly mammoths looking like they're absolutely just destroying the guys who like those little back buckets? I almost said like backpacks and buckets meant backets. That's what I was about to say. They're backets or backpack buckets holding rocks, right? So they're the stone throwers. Now I'd still love to see these guys go toe to toe with a bunch of spear throwers because woolly mammoths, you know, you see in those movies and like, you know, that spears were often a good way to take them down. But this is pretty freaking awesome. These woolly mammoths are huge and we finally get to see more than one in a battle at the same time. Now, what's pretty funny, if you guys missed it, if you don't follow Landfall on the Twitter, they put up this this gif right here of a mammoth and a mammoth going at it, and as you can see, there's a bit of an issue with the physics for it. But that's the beautiful thing of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is the ragdoll physics. I cannot wait to get my hands on this update. No word as to when it would be, but good lord am I excited for it, especially with the, you know, the announcement that we will have beasts, right? We've got horses, we've got woolly mammoths, and now, the other day I showed off the Minotaur, and the Minotaur looks freaking amazing, right? But I would imagine that we're gonna kind of have a lot of these little previews in time, because I'm wondering if they're going to show off trailers for all of the factions, right? If we're gonna get to see that in the coming days, weeks, and months, right? So stay posted, because we're gonna be covering it all, and let's get into our regularly scheduled action. By the way, if you guys have a battle suggestion that you would like to see in one of the videos, leave it in the comment section below. If you see an idea that you like, go ahead and upvote it, right? That's how the system works. All right, Baron's Brigade, let's get into the action. Alright guys, welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This first, the winning submission, the most voted for, was by Mr. Eddie Warner. This is the Yeti Battle in the map Denmark. So the Yetis, we've got big Yetis, we've got little Yetis, and then we've got the youngling Yetis here. So, dude, by the way, if the Minotaur is going to come in, it makes you wonder if we could get a Yeti or maybe like a Star Wars Wampa in the future. That would be awesome. Now, fighting the Yetis is the Army of Nepal. They're composed of 20 muskets as soldiers, 5 M16s as special forces operators, 3 cannons as tanks, 10 peasants as civilians, 5 farmers as armed civilians, 10 laser pistols as civilians militia, and then we got 5 Beamer sniper rifles. Now, I'm predicting a Nepalese victory right here. So I think the beam rifles and the M16s are just going to be way too powerful. So if it is too powerful, what we're going to do is take out the beam rifles. Yeah, actually it seemed like the Yetis were, yeah, all the Yetis are just dead. That was overwhelming firepower from the Nepalese army, and as a result, the Yetis stood no chance. So what we're going to do is take out all of the M16s except for one of them. Nah, we'll leave 2. We'll leave 2 M16s and take out the beam rifles. And I want to see if Eddie Warner's suggestion is a little more balanced now as a result. So the Yetis have risen up in revolt, but there is an army to stop them. And with their army, the win and stop the Yetis, or will the Yetis win and take over Nepal? Alright, Eddie. Well, I think it looks like the Yetis are about to take over right now. Oh, wait. No, this might... It depends. If this M16 can start just really going ham... No, he's about to get hacked. Alright, so what is this fine balance? What if we implement... I'm going to put the cannons on the side, actually, and see how that affects things. So, 1, 2, 3... Right here. I think that could have a much better... It depends. If these guys are able to fire over... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be huge. These cannons from the side... Oh, wait a minute. If that guy gets through, there's a young Yeti. There's a few young Yetis charging these cannons. Ooh, he took them out! That was such a clutch shot, and as a result, I think... Oh, my gosh. Look at these. Yetis getting hit by cannons and multiple musket balls. Incoming! Look at this. Oh, his elbow would have been shattered if he got hit by a cannonball. Let's see, does he take one to the stomach now? The cannons should be reloading and firing shortly. No, they seem to be distracted by other targets. Oh, there it is! Shattering his chest. And he goes flying. That Yeti, surviving for years in the Himalayas, has been defeated by the firepower of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Eddie Warner's The Yeti Battle on the map Daneland. We're gonna call it Daneland. The land of the Danes. Actually, let's do this one more time. There's gotta be a unit that we could put in. Oh, the Super Yeti. The Super Yeti's here. Alright, so let's give them back these M16s and see if it does help. We'll put them on the side, and then I am gonna put in a few beam rifles. We're gonna put them on the sides as well, or else they'll just wreck all their friends. And we're gonna put one up here. And we're gonna see if this army can defeat the King of the Yetis! The giant beast is here, dude. But yeah, imagine how cool it would be. So, the Minotaur is going to be in the Ancient faction, right? We've got Stone Age faction, and then I think shortly after the Stone Age is the Ancient faction. That's where gonna be a lot of the Greek heroes are, right? Well, the Minotaur, oh yeah. The Minotaur is a beast, so it makes sense that the Viking faction, right? As you see here, they've got a bit of a giant. He's short, yeah, he's somewhat bigger than a man, right? Maybe it looks like, you know, 30 to 40% taller than a man. You see, he's just a man. Alright, so before we get into this suggestion, it's like, what if, you know, the Vikings had a Yeti or something like that? Anyway, so now we are on Bear Cobb 44 suggestion, Bendy versus the humans. So if you're not familiar with the game or what it's about, I posted a video on it yesterday. It's kind of like that creepy pasta type indie game where it's kind of story driven and jump scares. It was kind of scary game and very much a strange game and a different kind of game than we normally play. Anyway, so this is Bendy versus the humans. Bendy is in red and the humans are in blue, I believe. Yes, so the Samurai Master is Joey Drew with a fountain pen. Although he could be seen as a villain, he is rude to Boris, who is on the red team. There's a Viking with Henry and his axe. We've got 10 energy pistols as police, 2 beamers as police snipers, 15 peasants as human. Let's go ahead and start this battle. And then we've got 10 shields as good old human resilience, 10 footmen as cartoon directors with stage props, and then 1 boxer as the Disney lawyer. You need a change of suit. A lawsuit. Bear Cobb, that was well played, sir. Now, we've got the red team as Bendy and his crew. Bendy is the super boxer. The shield is the cardboard cutout of Bendy, which they replicate, so I can put a lot in this next battle because it looks like the super boxer is going to get overwhelmed. Oh my god, a cube just destroyed. Wait, is he under that? What just happened here? I have zero idea what just happened, but holy crap, that was awesome. Anyway, moving on. So, we've got an axe guy as Boris the Wolf. A cannon. Oh, wait, hold on. This is what we want to do, right? So, Bendy kind of replicates himself, so that's what we're going to do. All of a sudden, Bendy is replicated 1,000-fold. And actually, screw this. The ink gun is going to be a box gun. Where are you at, box gun? Why are you eluding me right now? Alright, now we're gonna clear out a way. So hopefully that box gun does some interesting shots. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. Okay, so the 10 peasants are Bendy fans who are defending him, or those ink monsters that I fought in yesterday's video. Look at these police snipers. They're perched up on the hills. Are they firing? Yeah, they are firing. I love how... Oh my... What happened to him? So... What... Look at these guys climbing the pillar. That battle got a lot more interesting. Alright, so how do we make this... You know what? What if Bendy was a dark peasant? We have not put in a dark peasant in quite a while, and here is why. It's going to be an absolute slaughter. The dark peasant just destroys everything, much like Bendy might be able to. We encountered Bendy in yesterday's video. I never played the first chapter, but those creepypasta type games are all kind of fun and interesting. And I'm curious to see if you guys would like to see more of those. Is that cube gonna blow up? I think it hit something. No, it did not. Alright, well, as a result, there's only these snipers left, and the Dark Peasant is kind of getting caught up on it, but I still think he's gonna be successful in winning this one. because you have to put a lot of pain the Dark Peasant's way. And it is a red victory. Bendy won that one. Alright, so this suggestion comes in from Carthage fan. The stories. Once upon a time, a war in a faraway land, much like this one. There was a giant terrorizing a town. This is the giant Norab. He and his evil barbarous allies helping him wipe out army after army. One day this giant stole the princess, who is the peasant that is near to the giant. And the king needed his daughter back, so he called up his knights of the realm to be prepared for a giant attack. The two sides would meet in a village. Well, outside of a village in the snowy plain with giant blue crystals, because, you know, that's how it's going to work. And the giant was going to terrorize these lands as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the giant Norab. Can he be taken out? That is the question. All of the king's men. So the king is a peasant. He was supported. Oh my gosh. One of his men was a traitor. Look at how many arrows this guy is taking. The chicken man is turning into a pincushion of arrows. But he's pooping out so many little chicken men, and those chickens are killing these archers rather quickly. This guy is actually kind of protected by this rock. But there's not too many archers left, and he got taken out. Alright, so what would these guys need? You know what they need? They need some spear throwers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if 10 can do it. And then a few up here. Yeah, and you know what? The king has just developed black powder technology and is using a musket. And this musket will be glorious, for it will allow him to defeat the giant Norab. Alright guys, so I'm very excited to see the future tabs. I say it in every video, but I truly am. This is one of the games that's probably the #1 game for me in the year 2017. The release... What? He has no eyes! He's a zombie! Oh my god. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Look at it, his pupils are like in the back of his head. His eyes are reversed! What? What? Norab can see into his own brain. Does that mean he can see the future? And now Norab is getting surrounded. He's getting pincushion with spears and arrows. And there's enough warriors around this time that he should be able to get taken out. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a true battle on our hands here. And there goes the giant Norab. Let's see if we can't see his eyes. Now they went correct. That was awfully strange and really cool. Let's just do this one once again and see if it was just a temporary glitch. Look at that. See, I love how I want to know if the Landfall devs just do that. Like where there's just one random thing that could happen every battle, right? Oh man, I love arrows. Arrows, as simple as they are one of the coolest things when you incorporate shields. Look at the physics, see? It's all about the physics, baby. And look, that shield stays up. Its holder is dead. Let's see, does this guy trip on it? He kind of tripped on it, but he's still running. He's still fine. These guys are actually, like, welded together right now. They're a team. Let's see how they do. Do they stay together? Does one die? Oh! Your brother got killed by a chicken! What say you, Viking warrior? Well, you're dead too. Oh my gosh. In the pincushionry. This is why I love arrows in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys. Just sheer carnage. And Norab is gonna get taken out. His eyes are gonna turn to X's, and there it is. Look, he can't even fall because all these spears are keeping him up in the air. Don't you love it? Don't you love tabs? Oh my god, I love it. Alright guys, so our final suggestion comes in from Random Topic Teen, again making it into the suggested lineup. So this is the Iron Giant, who's the Chicken Man, and the Super Boxer, who's Hogarth. Let's start this battle. So fighting them are 20 Musketeers as soldiers, 5 Archers as RPG soldiers. We've got 2 Catapults as battleships, 5 Cannons as tanks, a Chariot as a Jeep, Laser Pistol as the General Rogod, a Boxer as Mansley, Ballista as the Nautilus, and we were supposed to do the map Denmark, but we've already done the map Denmark twice. Okay, so this Super Boxer is getting stalled. Oh my gosh, did you see that? He got shot numerous times while in the air. That is awesome. Come on, Super Boxer. You're gonna have to help out the Chicken Man if this is going to be a victory. Dude, he's doing really good. He just took out one of the battleship catapults. Every time he gets hit by a musket ball, he gets slowly stopped. There's a lot of... Oh, look at that. He got shot in the air again. Oh, I love it. I do indeed. All right, Super Boxer, come on, knock him out the box, Luke. Knock him out. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a victory. I did not expect that the Iron Giant was going to win. I thought this was just way too much firepower. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video as per usual. If you have a suggestion or a unit idea, because as you can see in the last video, Landfall does check these videos out and check out what you guys say, which is the beautiful part about it. Then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.